All right, so test 2. Well, let's hope this works. I'm probably gonna cut some of this out, but so basically, this is a channel. Channel used to be called Minnesota. Cringe name. I thought it was pretty punny at the time, 3 years ago. But now I'm going to be changing the name. I don't know what to yet, but basically I'm going to be changing the scope of what I used to do, basically talk about random things. Still going to do that, but it's going to be out here in the middle of the woods. Ignore the fact that there's houses in the background. I can't really find anything further down to get a good mono recording. But yeah, I'm just gonna choose a different topic, probably once a week, maybe-ish, depending on how well I start editing this. I am probably going to see if I get comments and whatnot, like what people want me to talk about. Like, it's basically just going to be my opinion on things and me ranting for a couple minutes each week, just to let you guys hear my perspective on it. So if you have something that you want me to talk about, just let me know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to recording some shit. So I'm gonna start off this nice old channel here with a big old incel warning. This first episode is gonna be me just sort of giving my perspective of the female gender, and I'm gonna expose myself as a major incel, apparently. Basically, the way I see it is, for a millennia, men were always told to try to be manly as possible, and only showing emotion through anger and venting that through fighting, wars, such as so on and so forth. And I think now they're trying to do the reverse of that at a hyper speed compared to the millennia that we had, to be wired to basically be killing machines, war machines, such as that. And I just think it's kind of dumb. I'm trying to think of the word. I think it's kind of dumb that they're trying to they expect us to just roll over and give in to this fucking prep boy shit, where we have to act as effeminate as possible and get rid of all manly aspects. In this bid to call it toxic masculinity, it just doesn't. With the way that I was raised, I don't believe in that. But then, so they want us to become effeminate, like, you know, the fucking soy boys and shit, fucking drinking pure soy, so that our children don't have testicles. And then we are also expected to then not be ridiculed. Like, constantly you'll see them making fun of men for showing emotions. Like, they want us to open up to them, and then when we open up to them, they use the shit against us. And I think that's also why the friendships between men and women, like two women and two compared to two men, I think that's why they work so differently, is that women like to use the shit that they know about each other against each other, and it cuts deeper because it's on a personal level, whereas men are more surface level. They will go after your appearance, which guys really don't give a fuck about their appearance, unless they're the metrosexual fucking Hollywood icon people that fucking basically stray the closest line between homosexuality and heterosexuality. Really, they want us to start. Wow, I just went on a whole tangent. But basically, men's friendships work on the surface level. Guys don't really care about their appearance, but that's what we go for. We make fun of them in a way that isn't going to cut to their soul and make them not be able to trust us as a friend anymore, which is why when girls get to high school, they learn, oh, if I want to get to the top, I'm gonna take something my friend told me, spread it around to the school so that everybody thinks I'm cool because I make them laugh at this now seen as a loser person because you told everybody something that you trusted them with, and then you got into a fight, and girls just take it and they want to hurt you as badly as possible. That's just the way that I see it. Feel free to call me an incel and a woman hater, whatever. That's just the way I see it, is that women try to actually hurt your soul, whereas guys just focus on the surface level. I guess the way that I see it is that women want men to be more effeminate, and then when they start to get that way, they bow to the fucking women overlords. Then the women don't like them anymore. They because it's still their natural instinct to want to get with the person that will create the. I sound very weird saying this, but like they want to get with the most alpha person that will create the strongest babies. That's the natural instinct that's of every animal, including humans. We want to pass on the best genes as possible. And some neckbeard soy boy is not going to do that. He's not going to create a strong child. The women say that they want that guy because he's not going to be misogynistic. But I don't think the way that they define misogyny today is much more strict, tightly wound. There's less room for error in the current definition, so pretty much anybody that doesn't just spew this feminist rhetoric is seen as misogynistic, and they are seen as evil, Nazis, shit like that. But you're not gonna want to breed with that guy. He is not going to. The only people that truly bend to the fucking this soy boy seeking feminist movement are the people that wouldn't have had a chance with the women in the first place. They think if they do this, then women are going to see them as heroes, but in the end, they are only narrowing their choices because when it all comes down to it, they're going to be the ones that women are going to look at, and they're not going to be able to breed because they're fucking. It comes down to it, those men are not going to be passing on people that are going to be able to continue on your lineage because they are. Because they're all the soy they're eating, drinking, shit like that. Their children are not going to have the proper testosterone that you would have if you don't just gorge on soy all day. But I think, and obviously this is probably going to catch a lot of hate because I'm fucking saying, oh, women just want a man that's going to basically run the household. People don't want to hear that anymore. They don't want to hear that men are meant to control women. But for probably, like, I'd say even during the first feminist movements, up until this third wave shit, people understood that men are biologically stronger than women. It's there. You can fight that all you want. You can argue it, but when a man transitions into a female, they excel in whatever sport they participate in. If they do, they're breaking records that women are real women. Whatever, they'll never be able to break those records because they're not biologically, they're not as strong as men. That is, I don't even know where I'm going with this rant, but I'm just sort of like, basically what I would have to say is that naturally, speaking completely through like the baseline of human existence, is that women are going to more often gravitate towards a man that has not soiled his genes, not genes, but the mass amount of soy that these people eat and drink lowers the amount of testosterone that they have. It will make it more difficult to even have children, and those children that they have are going to be even more effeminate than they've made themselves. And so essentially what happens is these women convince the men to make themselves basically women with dicks. They don't want men to do the things that they find enjoyable because that is toxic masculinity. And all I have to say is that don't drink soy because it's gonna ruin your the thousands of years of ancestry you have, and just stop it dead in its tracks, because what are you gonna do with that? It's gonna lower your testosterone, it's going to effeminate you. You are no longer going to be able to be the man that your ancestors were, which really we aren't in this modern society. We are just, even people such as me, I'm a skinny white man, I'm sure my ancestors are looking down at me in disappointment because I am very effeminate even compared to them. I kind of took this on a rant away from women because I guess I'm not a woman, and I really couldn't care what they do. These movements are teaching men to not be men anymore. That's just, I don't want that to happen. As odd as it sounds, I just don't want us to get any less manly than we already have. This is just, it's sad. That's all I can say.
Those whom the gods wish to destroy, they first make mad. We must be mad, literally mad, as a nation.